Evening and happy midweek to all brothers and sisters. Let me share my screen. Okay. Today the message that I want to share, the title is that before we go to the content, let us see what the thinking of human being. What happened to a person when he died? Heaven, hell? Maybe we would think, he is a good guy. Maybe he will go to heaven. Oh, this guy is too bad. Maybe he will go to the heaven. Or another thinking, we will think that we will be a purgator, or is reincarnation into a higher and lower life form as some religion teach. Is there life after that? Let us see what the Bible teaches us. The Bible itself asks this question about life after death. In Job chapter 14, verse 14, the Bible says, if someone die, will they live again? Will they live again? Okay, let us see the answer. Answer is in the Bible, Isaiah chapter 26, verse 19. The Bible says, the dead man shall live together with my dead body shall they arise. Awake and sing ye that dwell in dust. For thy dwell is as the dew of herbs, and the earth shall catch out the dead. This is the answer of the question that if someone die, will they live again? Yes, the Bible says yes. Your dead man shall live again. But the question is when? Is it talking about the resurrection? Let us continue to see. Where are the dead? Let's get to the answer from Jesus in John chapter 5, verse 28 and 29. Bible says, marvel not at this, for the hour is coming in the which all that are in the grave shall hear his voice, and shall come forth, they that have done good unto the resurrection of life, and they that have done evil unto the resurrection of damnation. We will look at the both. Here they said have the resurrection, but we will see these two resurrection we will talk over for the next speaker for the next week. If the people goes to heaven or hell immediately after die, why bother to resurrect the body? That's not what the Bible teach. Bible teach us that after people die, they will be in the grave. The Bible teach us that the dead do not go to heaven or hell, and they sure don't go to the purgator. Okay, next. The Bible teach that the dead do not go to heaven, but instead they go into the grave to wait until the resurrection. Let us see next question. How much do the dead know? What we know is what we learn from the Bible is absolutely nothing. After they die, they don't know anything, right? Here are some texts to show us more. We can see in Psalms chapter 115, verse 17, and Isaiah chapter 38, verse 18 and 19 says that the dead praise not the Lord. In Psalms chapter 6, verse 5 said that the dead do not remember God. And then we can also see in the Psalms chapter 146, verse 4 say that their thoughts perish. In other words, they cease existing. Interesting is some people think that the dead still know everything. This is impossible. He has no idea that we are talking about him. We will miss him. We will cook the food that he like, to give. But we know that the dead people don't know anything because the Bible very clearly teach us that the dead do not know anything. Here in Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 5 says that, for the living know that they shall die, but the dead know not anything. That's what the Bible teach about that. As Bible-believing Christian, our hope after death is the resurrection. The Bible says in 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 16 and 17 says that, for the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of God, and the dead in the Christ shall rise first. The verse 17 says that, then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. What a blessed promise, right? Paul talks about absence from the body present with the Lord. Here he tells us when we will be present with the Lord. That is at the resurrection. And also the Bible teaches us that the death is a quiet rest. The good news is the death has lost its sting. In 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 55 says, "O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory? Because Christ took our death upon himself, we can be assured of hope beyond the grave." Jesus will come. He will stream down the corridor of the sky. The earth will be illuminated with the glory of God. Then, with the sound of the trumpet, Jesus will wake up his sleeping child and give them new immortal body. Together, we are caught up to meet Christ in the sky. What's a glorious day that will be? Jesus is coming soon to take us home. Even in facing that, we can hold the hand of Christ. We can completely trust this Christ. Christ allowed them to rest from their very life. Christ will resurrect the faithful. He has marked his grave wherever it may be. He knows their identity and he will restore it to them in the resurrection. The Bible teaches that they are resting quietly, waiting for Jesus to call them out of their grave. Someday, very soon, Jesus will come back. Then the dead in Christ will rise, and we will be together forevermore, never again to part or to feel the painful sting of death. Let us all be ready for that day. This is a good promise from the God, even if our relative or parents, they already passed away, but we still have the hope that from the Bible, from Jesus, what he ever told us. This is the resurrection when he will come back. Let us be ready to our brother, sister. So this is my sharing today. Thank you.